I'm Dr. Joshua Huffman. I'm a board-certified chiropractic neurologist. I'm also a diplomate of the American Association of Integrative Medicine. I'm the author of this book, Growing Young. I own a private practice in Mounds View, Minnesota called Mounds View Chiropractic. Today I'm here to talk with you about diabetes. Now, I know that if you're diabetic at this point, you've probably been put on a medication and your blood sugars have been managed, and you may be wondering, what I'm here to talk about. What I can tell you is that when I've worked with diabetic patients in our office, most patients, even though they may be on medication and may have their blood sugars somewhat managed, are still suffering and still don't feel well. They have less energy than they would like. They don't sleep well at night. They can't lose weight. They have decreased sex drive. They don't feel well. And so many of our patients that have expressed this to me have asked if there's anything more that can be done to help them be able to lose weight, to help them have more energy, to get back their libido, and these types of things. And so I'm here to tell you that there definitely is. There's more to it than just taking a medicine to manage blood sugar. Now understand, I'm not telling you not to take your medication. It's the last thing that I would do. What I'm telling you is that there's other supportive things that we can provide you that help to support you in a way that's going to be beneficial for your overall physiology. And that's what I want to talk with you about today. So in getting started, the very first thing I'll tell you is that with diabetes, it's extremely important that we evaluate in a very comprehensive manner. And what I mean by that is we have to look at you both on a neurologic level and on a metabolic level. And we have to support you with both. Nothing worries me more for a diabetic patient than their brain health. Now, most of us know that diabetes increases risks of peripheral neuropathies, it increases the risks of heart disease and these things. But many times we forget the increased risk factors that are associated with diabetes as far as dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, these neurodegenerative disorders. And so when you have any type of chronic diabetic status, brain health is super important. So if you notice that you're seeing memory changes, or you're having more fatigue or more brain fog, depression, anxiety, these can be your first signs that things are not going well for you in the brain. And so very, very important that you understand this so you can start taking proactive steps to support the health of your brain as well as better support your diabetes. Now, it all starts with lab testing, and so with working with diabetic patients in our office, we want to run comprehensive lab tests to help identify different areas that we can support with nutrition, with diet, to optimize function. And so we start with the metabolic panel. The metabolic panel basically is going to be a head-to-toe picture of your physiology. We're going to look at your blood sugars, and we don't shoot for your traditional methods. Blood sugar at 126 or higher is considered diabetic. Our optimal range is 85 to 100. And so we want to get you as close to that as possible and really optimize your blood sugar regulation. We're going to look at your hemoglobin A1C. These are ones that are traditionally done. But in addition to all this, we have to look at your thyroid function. We have to do a comprehensive thyroid panel because the thyroid is oftentimes affected and can play a significant role in your energy and your ability to lose weight as well. We have to look at your inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein. This is a marker that tells you about just overall inflammation, but also increased risk of heart disease. We look at homocysteine, which is a marker of inflammation that is it can be indicative of neurodegenerative disorders like Alzheimer's. We also have to look at fibrinogen, which is a marker of inflammation that can indicate stroke risk. And so we want to look at these inflammatory markers to give us an idea of just overall risk of inflammation and where your standing is at. We have to look at signs of anemia. Again, if you have any type of iron anemia, B12 anemia, pernicious anemia, you're not going to get better until we support those patterns. And so we want to look at all of these pictures. We want to look at you from head to toe and know how we can best support you there. Now, in addition to running the metabolic panel, we also want to look at your immune system. And looking at your immune system starts in the gut. And this is going to sound strange when we're talking about diabetes, but it's super important. We want to look at any type of food sensitivities that you have in your gut. Now, why would we do that? Well, the bottom line is when you have a food that your body is reacting to, it creates a chronic immune system response. So if you're sensitive to a food, every time you eat that food, it puts stress on your system, and this is going to affect your adrenal glands, which is going to affect your blood sugar. And so if you're eating foods that your body is reacting to, You're not going to be able to manage blood sugar the way that you would like to. And so looking at food intolerances against gluten, dairy, soy, yeast, eggs, corn, a number of other foods is very, very important in helping to identify foods that may be causing a reaction and may be causing destabilization of your blood sugar. Very, very important. In addition to the food sensitivities, we also look at different types of chronic infections. The bottom line is with diabetes, your immune system is not going to be as healthy as we want it to be. And so you're going to be more prone to developing underlying infections in your gut. So we have to look to find out, do you have any bacteria, fungal, yeast, overgrowth in the gut that could be perpetuating a chronic, again, immune system response that's kicking stress into your adrenals, and that's in turn causing blood sugar dysregulation. Very important. The adrenal glands, I've mentioned those a couple times already. These are your stress glands. Okay? These are small glands that sit right on top of your kidneys, and they respond to stress. So when your adrenal glands are under stress, they produce a chemical called cortisol. Most patients that are diabetic or pre-diabetic, if you're in that insulin resistant, and you've been told you're at an increased risk as well, this goes for you. But most patients that are there, their adrenal glands are going to be producing too much cortisol. Okay, and so too much cortisol will cause you to increase fat storage and decrease fat burning. This is going to make it virtually impossible for you to lose weight. And this is why it's so important that when we work with the diabetic patient, we look at all of these areas so we can support you in a comprehensive approach and unwind this cycle that's basically been built up. Now, in addition, when your cortisol levels are chronically elevated, it can damage areas in the brain called the hippocampus. The hippocampus is the area of your brain that's responsible for your circadian rhythm, which means that if that's damaged, you may have insomnia, you may have abnormal sleep patterns, and you may have more chronic fatigue throughout the day. But the same area in the brain, the hippocampus, is also responsible for memory. And so this is how many times we can see the relation between diabetes and the development of conditions like Alzheimer's. And so it's very important that we look at your cortisol status and look at your adrenal glands, and we do that through a salivary test. In addition to the adrenal stress index, we also want to look at your immune system. Okay. Now, all of us know that type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disease where your immune system is basically damaging the pancreas and your ability to produce insulin. And so this is what's considered insulin-dependent diabetes. If you are type 2 diabetic, you can also have underlying autoimmune mechanisms where your immune system is attacking other tissues in your body. We can run antibody testing to determine if you have any of these autoimmune reactions. And this is imperative to making sure that we're putting an end to your immune system and this inflammatory mechanism that's wound itself up. And so when we work with patients that have a diabetic history or even pre-diabetic, we have to run the proper lab testing so that we can support you with diet, with nutrition, in addition to what your medical doctor is doing. We work in concert with your medical provider to just better support you and help to impact your overall physiology. Now, in addition to that, like I talked about at the beginning, we also want to look at the health of the brain. And so we perform a detailed neurological exam. It's completely comfortable for the patient, but we want to identify areas in your brain that may be affected as a result of your long-standing diabetes. If you have these areas of degenerative change in the brain, we can develop a program that exercises these weakened areas and strengthens them again. This can be beneficial for people that have memory loss, that have brain fog, that have depression, that have anxiety, that have these disorders that are associated with neurologic dysfunction. Getting the brain supported in an optimal way can help to support healthier function overall for you. Now, if you are a diabetic patient and have had long-standing diabetes, there's also potential that you may be suffering from peripheral neuropathy. If you've noticed that you have numbness, tingling, burning, pain in the feet, or if you've noticed that your balance is becoming impaired, these can be indicators that you may be suffering from peripheral neuropathy as well. And in such cases, we would also want to identify how much nerve damage has occurred and what specific types of nerve fibers have been affected. And we would want to do things to support the health of the nerves as well. And so this is how we approach a case for a person that is also suffering from diabetes. And so if this is something that's interesting to you, if you've been on medication, things just are not going the way that you want them to go, I encourage you to come into our office, look around our website, listen to some of the testimonial videos, and explore things for yourself. But get into our office, and we can do a comprehensive review, a comprehensive neurologic exam to basically find out exactly where things are at for you and how we can better support you and get you moving again in the right direction. The last thing you want to do is wait till it's too late. When you have diabetes, you are at increased risk of all sorts of degenerative changes. And so the sooner that you act, the sooner that you change the things that you're doing, the better off you're going to be. Now, in closing, I just want you to consider a few things. How has diabetes affected your life? Okay, what has it done to impact you? And this may not be, you may not want to look at it as diabetes, but how is the fatigue that goes with that? How is the weight gain? What is it keeping you from doing that you wish that you could do? How has it impacted your family, your friends? Are you concerned that you're not going to be able to see your children graduate, or you're not going to be able to see your children get married? If these are concerns for you, then you need to change something now, and that's what we offer. We offer a different approach, a different look at how we can help to support you and co-manage your case with your medical provider to try to optimize your health and make you as healthy of a person as possible. So if you have any questions for us, please come into our office. I'd love to meet you and work with you. And thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. God bless.